On today's merger, we are talking about Survivor 50, Episode 4. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Claude, and this is Drop Your Kiwis.
Nice, let's get into it. Episode 4, we start back at Vatu and see the fallout of Q getting blindsided. Stephanie is isolated. She's alone again. Sounds like the story of her life, basically, on Survivor. It's just like her being alone.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we wouldn't really see too much here that we didn't really already know about at the end of last episode, right? It was basically just a bit of an apology tour by people and people explaining the reasons for doing it. So,
she seemed to hit it on the chin though, like she bounced back pretty much. She didn't sink her game or anything like that. She kept people open and it kept a lot of doors open and whatnot. Because I really feel like Stephanie and Ozzy kind of need to keep that bond.
Yeah, old school bond.
The old school bond, yeah.
Yeah, even though they never played together.
Yeah, they never played together, but they played in the same sort of era.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of crossover.
But yeah, not too much in this, but good to see that Stephanie is still she had a smile on her face about the blindside, which exactly. A lot of people could take that the wrong way. But.
Yeah, and I guess the tribe was very good at reassuring her, right? And I guess we saw from this episode too that it was for good reason. She was absolutely not on the chopping block at all.
Yeah, they Mike just had to make her stressed out for that whole entire episode last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think her keeping it a cool collective thing took the target if it was ever on her, it took it away from her, which was nice and good to see that she can still manage through all these things. It's good to see growth. Watching the seasons of Stephanie at the start, I don't think we would have seen that in the first or second instance.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she's always been way too she's always been very proud.
Yes.
And I feel like she's doing a lot better managing herself this season than we've seen her in the past.
It's good to see.
It's very good to see. She
survived the initial episodes where, they want to just kind of pick off whoever.
Yep.
So now the game's kind of really starting to form.
Yeah,
she finds herself in a pretty good place. But yeah.
Yep.
No, it was good. Should we move over to Seela for that talent show?
Yeah, the talent show. What a show.
What a show.
We have Rick Devens with his juggling.
I thought it was impressive.
I thought it was a very poor performance.
Did you?
Yeah, he kept dropping it. He kept dropping everything.
To be fair, I can't juggle at all, so I was impressed by even an attempt at it.
No, that's fair.
What else did we have? We had wrestling show and then Rizzo doing a mini mouse voice.
Yes, that's right. Crazy. The winner. Oh, you know what I love? I love how Sari refers to every time Sari talks about Rizzo, she refers to him as Riz God.
Yeah.
And I think that's the funniest thing.
Yeah, especially in a confessional a couple episodes back where she was just like, Riz God, oh Lord. Yeah. She couldn't finish her sentence of what she actually thought of this kid. But
so funny.
A generational divide.
Yeah.
But we see in this talent show that Charlie is still so hung up about that comment that Rizzo made.
I know.
And it doubles down. The pain sears even deeper when Rizzo wins this talent show that has absolutely no stakes to anything other than wasting a bit of time and trying to forget that they're hungry.
Yeah. And we get a flashback as well. We get a flashback to Liz.
I know.
I'm pissed.
I'm pissed.
So
We've got a couple
funny.
of flashbacks this episode. It's cool. I like that Survivor 50 is kind of flashing back and giving shout outs to all these people. So shout out Liz.
Yeah.
You're pissed. Hope you got your Applebee's. Yeah.
Yep.
We see a little bit of this sort of at Tribe, just them doing these funny things. It's been pretty prevalent this season. Of the fashion show they did, right? And then now this.
Yeah. I
It's a
love
good
it
way
when they
to,
show camp life.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
camp life. I would, no, I mean, we'll get to we'll get to more in this episode of what gets chosen to be shown in an episode, but I always love it when we get camp life.
Yeah,
I'm never
I
I'm
know
never a fan,
exactly.
never not a fan of it. But yeah.
I know exactly what you mean by that. I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing when I was watching it. Should
Yeah.
we move over to Carlo?
Yep,
Still,
Carlo.
Aubrey versus Genevieve.
I
It will not
know.
stop. It will
I
not stop.
know. It's
Um,
crazy.
so, firstly, Aubrey says to the camera that she's not afraid to use her idol,
Yeah,
which, it could just be
that's
her
pretty.
say. Well,
I mean, it's
it'll,
pretty fair. I mean, I feel like she's in a position where she will play that idol. As soon as she goes to tribal, she is playing that idol.
yeah,
Because it's
she
not
knows
even
she's at the
like,
bottom.
yeah, and she knows that people know she has it too, so she kind of has to,
Yeah.
unless she wants to do a Rizzo. But I don't think she's going to be able to pull that off.
Nah, she doesn't have that kind of energy.
Exactly, yeah. No,
And
she's got
then
the opposite energy. So Rizzo.
yeah,
Yeah,
a real standoff in your face. I don't
I
like your
know.
Genevieve energy. Yeah. Um, hopefully Genevieve found the last Billie Eilish idol, but
I think it was
it
because
has
there
to
was
be, right?
one for each tribe, right?
Yeah,
And that was the color one. But
yeah. Pretty
I
crazy
mean,
that
yeah,
she found both of them.
that
She
it's
found two.
crazy. Yeah, I as much as I like, I've said it before about how I don't mind the Boomerang Idol, but I feel like there should still be like I feel like the Boomerang Idol should be a kind of like mini, like advantage reward kind of thing that you get from journeys or some kind of thing, not like replacing the idol completely because we don't have
Yeah,
normal idols, and that's led to us being we've got this like feud between Genevieve and Aubrey, and of those two people, Aubrey has found no idols and she has one idol. Genevieve has found two idols and she has no idols, which
I
is pretty
know.
ridiculous when you think about it.
Well,
Yeah, because
Survivor always is
Genevieve's.
like a. No, you
Sorry,
go.
I was just saying Genevieve's played a much better, like, strategic, social, like looking for idols, everything game much more than Aubrey. But Aubrey's almost in a better position because she has got an idol. You
Definitely
know.
in that first vote, and if Genevieve doesn't read that correctly, she could be like at the detriment to that idol. But I
Yeah.
mean, to play devil's advocate, Survivor has always adapted and changed and shown it. And if you're putting in boomerang idols this season, I don't think it makes sense to bring in normal idols.
Yeah. I
Just
mean,
like on
I
some
have
seasons
another.
where they play super idols and there's no normal idols, like this is just
Wow.
the season of the boomerang.
I mean, that was the introduction of the idol, though, right? When you had it on like Panama and Cook Islands and stuff, that was they were still trying to figure out the whole the balance of it, right? Because
That's true.
before that, on Guatemala, the very first idol, you had the idol, but it was basically like a individual immunity idol where you had to play it before they even voted.
Yeah.
So it never really did much anyway. And then they went the opposite direction in Panama and Cook Islands, where they made it way too powerful, which we see with Yule.
Yes. Yeah.
And then after that, they balanced it out, and I mean, it's the idol we have today, and the fact that it's worked for what 30+ seasons. I mean,
Mm.
yeah, I don't
So
like
you
I
think?
don't like how they bring in I don't like how they're bringing in new twists on the returnee season. I think the Boomerang Idol would have been amazing on a season of all newbies, because then you've got these people that don't know each other who are forced to work with each other or interact with each other. You know.
That's
I, I
it.
like I like I like the Boomerang Idol, but I wish they'd introduced it on a season that didn't already have some gimmick, like a
Or
returning
just
player
toned it
season.
down. Like if there was just one boomerang idol, then that would
Yeah,
have been
that's
fun.
exactly, yeah.
The fact that there's three, and the fact that we've got to have this mind map up every single week when we do
Yeah, I
this,
know.
and just to see where everything is going and who
Yeah,
controls what.
I know.
Yeah, it's a little bit confusing and whatnot,
Yeah, like
but
I
hey,
reckon have an idol on every tribe like normal, and have the Boomerang Idol as like a advantage that you get from a journey or something. You know, I feel
yeah,
like that's the easiest, simplest probably best way to do it. But I mean, who knows?
To be honest, I thought we were going to see Exile Island much more than we've seen it this season. Like, we've only really watched it the first episode.
They
I thought it was
introduced
going to
it
be like
and
a weekly thing, and I thought that's
yeah,
where that Boomerang,
same.
like the Idol, was going to be to kind of
Yeah.
pay homage to those early seasons. But
Nah, I guess not.
nope, we're back to the Sanctuary where good things happen,
Oh
and
man, it's
forget it
episode
all
4
about.
and we've already got the Sanctuary.
I know.
Yeah.
Should we go to this reward challenge and
Yes,
talk
let's go to the
about
reward challenge.
when
Before
Jeff? Oh yeah,
we do
you go.
that, should we? What do you think about Genevieve giving the idol to Rizzo
Oh
of all
yes,
people?
that's
You
a
think it
good
was a
point.
good play? I think it was a good play as well.
I think it was a good play, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Rizzo is like the outsider, and it's kind of known that he's the outsider to everyone,
Yep.
so he's probably going to get targeted the most. So either he plays it and he stays safe, and then he's got a comrade in Genevieve, and that's a
Yep.
win for her, or
Yeah, exactly.
he gets voted out and it goes back to her, and it's a win for her.
Yeah.
I think it was a really, really smart play.
I think it was a very smart play. Yeah, I think
Especially
Genevieve's playing
doing
very
something
well.
different with the second idol. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Although she did say the same thing to Ozzy when she sent it to
Yep.
Ozzy, because she was just like, I hope this guy gets voted out for it. But
Yeah, but at least this one as well, she's keeping it to herself. She's got one idol that she's told people, and people aren't going to expect her to have a second one, especially her allies, because they'll be like, "Oh yeah, she told us about the first one. If she finds another one, she'll tell us about that one." You know. So I
yeah.
think she's got a pretty well kept secret going on with that.
We'll see how long that secret lasts in this
Yeah, that's true.
in this current like climate of Survivor. It seems like
Yeah.
information gets spread like a venereal disease or something, but
Yeah. And I guess Rizzo knows about the idol. Obviously, he doesn't know who gave it to him.
who
but,
get yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's the kind of thing that you can piece together stuff, you know. So, and he'll
Yeah.
know it was from that tribe. Oh, I mean, he won't know it's from that tribe, but if enough information comes out, they'll work out that it was from that tribe because that was the one tribe that hadn't found it yet. So that narrows
Yeah.
it down to 7. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Challenge.
Yeah, challenge. When Jeff was talking about the person, I was just like, this sounds like Mr. Beast. This sounds like Mr. Beast. This sounds like he wants to come to this island. And then they started talking about music, and I was just like,
Oh, and Jeff started singing. He started singing again. He started
Yeah.
like saying the lyrics of the song. I'm like, oh no, please not a repeat of the rap.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I'm not too familiar with the song, but
No, I don't know any of this guy's songs.
no.
Yeah.
But it seems to move a lot of people, and people were excited for it. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe that's like an American culture being really
I
impressed
think it
with
must
those
be,
people,
yeah.
but
I mean, I've never heard of this guy in my life, so
yeah.
I thought it was quite interesting when Jeff was explaining it before he announced that it was Zac Brown. He was like, so it's in the hands of the fans, and there was one particular fan that really wanted to come out here, and it had a shot to Aubrey, and she was like, oh, and it was like it made them think about, oh, maybe there's like some like Make-A-Wish kid out there who really wanted to come out on Survivor, and they flew him out. I'm thinking like that would have been so much better, like. That would have been such like a more like emotional moment for everyone than just like, yeah, we get a concert out here in Fiji.
I know. I mean, we'll get to the reward like at them actually doing it, but man, yeah, you're right. They could have had a sort of sentimental value rather than just like stroking everyone's ego. But they obviously need the celebrity boost from this season because
they're really looking for those viewership bumps.
Yeah. Or they've just like said it's in the hands of the fans, and celebrities can be fans. So yeah.
I thought it was quite funny when Zac Brown was out there and he's like talking like, I've been a fan of Survivor for so long, and I know I'm a celebrity, but I really just want to be out here. And then you have Mike White standing there who's like, he's also a celebrity. He's actually playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like so like hypocritical in a way.
Really hypocritical.
Like,
and
if you wanted to be out here, why don't you just apply for it? You know,
hard. You would have skipped so many of the processes
I
and they would have
know.
put you on there. I think he just wants to come out for one day,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
not have to like
Promote
slum it
his
or anything
wine.
like that. Yeah. Yeah. Zac Brown. Dee seemed to be a bit of a fan. She was
does.
gutted, and they didn't win. But yeah, what's up,
challenge
Zac? My
itself.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get into the challenge, I just wanted to talk because we didn't get one of those apply for Survivor. We got the expansion pack.
Oh my god.
The expansion pack to the board game of Survivor. Have you looked into the board game
I
of
have
Survivor
not,
at all?
and I don't plan on it. I mean, when Jeff was talking, I was like, okay, wrap it up, dude. We got challenges to watch. We got things to see.
I know. One wearable idol. I loved that, how they added that in addition, and you could see it in like the little like window of the game that there's this little idol. Yeah, so funny. Nah, I don't need that. I'd rather play Catan or something like that.
Yep. Before the challenge starts, we have like after he's finished introducing Zac Brown and stuff, he's like, but anyway, only one tribe's going to get this. The losers are going to get nothing. And then he looks at Q's old tribe, and Mike's like, why are you looking at us? And it was like, it's so obvious that they're the weakest tribe. And Jeff was like, oh, I don't know why I'm looking at you. But obviously he knew as well that they were terrible. I mean, and we found out that they were.
He said, "Am I predicting the future or something? Am I forecasting the future?" Yeah, that was funny.
It was tragic.
It was also cool for Mike White to call them out on that.
I know, I liked it.
Have a bit of banter on that. Yeah. Oh, it was great.
I love Matt Chat. I'm so disappointed that, like, especially this episode, when the last tribe that comes in, and everyone gets to see who gets voted out and their reactions to Q being voted out. Why do they not show the Matt Chat from that anymore? Like that was such like a great part. Like if they're showing 20 minutes of Zac Brown fishing and playing music, they can at least show like an extra 10, 20 seconds of people like reacting to Q being voted out and being like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Such a big shock. Explain the thought process. Because that's something they do in Oz Survivor. Is they always be like, what do you think happened at last night's tribal? Somebody in the tribe tell us a bit about what happened kind of thing. And it's always like, it's so exciting seeing how people like twist the story and just like, I love it. And I hate that they don't do it. I love that part of Survivor.
It's like they want to just keep pushing it on and pushing it on.
I know.
Because I'm with you. Like everyone had a massive reaction to it, and then we just kind of breezed past it.
I know.
And it's just like Q is this massive player, and he obviously was like quite a big strength person too. And there was no discussion of it at all, or they just didn't show it.
And there were two people who were still in the game that had played with Q before as well. Like I wanted to see Tiffany and Charlie's reactions to it. I want to see what they had to say to it, but we just got nothing. Yeah, it's very sad. But man,
very sad. But it's just the current climate and thing. When we were at like the 13th minute and they pulled up for an immunity challenge, I was just oh my god, we're getting.
I was so excited.
Yeah, I was excited too. I was like, we're getting 2 people out this episode. We're going to tribal twice.
I was more excited to be like something big must happen later in the episode that like I'm here for. It's going to be exciting if it's going to take up this much of the episode, and then obviously we didn't get that. We got which sucks because we did get such a cool vote. We got such a cool vote, and they just kind of didn't show it at all.
No,
because they only had so little episode to actually have that on. But
should we get into the reward challenge?
Yeah. Yep.
This was when they were like showing the challenge at the start, and you could see that the first where they tried to get the buckets on, it was like an arc shape for no reason at all, and I was like, why is this an arc shape? And then they went all the way to the end, and it was the arc puzzle.
Yeah,
and I found it interesting that that Jeff brought up that Charlie and Tiffany had done this challenge before. But they didn't say that Camilla and Joe had done this challenge before.
Well, I think it was because Camilla and Joe, when they did it, it was an individual challenge, right? But I think Tiffany and Charlie, it was the same format.
Exact right one. Oh, okay,
yeah. I assume so because I just remember the whole what was it with Joe? Got fun betrayal. moment in his season where he spelt it wrong.
No, he didn't spell it wrong. He spelled it right, but he put the white brick with that. He put one of the tiles that was like white
Okay, I'm thinking
and
of a
black on
different
one
moment
side.
then.
He put it around the wrong way,
Okay, never mind then.
and then yeah, he finished first. But yeah, uh, ends up winning this challenge this time. But
Yeah,
man, far out. This was an exhausting challenge. It seemed
I love
like
this
that boat
challenge.
must have been so
Yep.
heavy in that
Oh,
sand.
absolutely. It's the
I
challenge you
mean,
want Jonathan on your tribe.
100%. You saw Jonathan when they finished it. He was just like cowering over,
Yeah,
and yeah, what a wild, wild one.
I know. I like this challenge. I love challenges where everyone it just exhausts people, and you
Yeah,
see it at the end with what's the tribe name? Q's old tribe.
Vatu. Yeah,
Batu. Yeah, it was when Carlo finished first, and Jeff said, "We're looking at one more for immunity." And it was like, okay, I wonder who that's going to be, because you
yeah.
switched to Cielo, who's just about to finish, and then you switched to Vatu, who everyone's just passed out under a net.
Not even
Oh
tried at this
man,
point. Eh? They kind of gave up.
these guys suck.
They
They are the disaster tribe,
they are
which is
the disaster tribe.
crazy. I still
It's
can't
so
believe they
funny.
switched on the third episode. I think
Yeah,
that's one of the most wild decisions ever. Like,
I
we had
know.
2 episodes of the original tribes.
Yeah, I don't even remember the original tribes
Oh
really,
no! I
apart
mean,
from
we
because
didn't
we
get
didn't
much of
really
them.
see any tribe dynamics from it.
I know, it's ridiculous. Like, why even
Yeah.
have that original tribe anyway?
Well, the
Like,
fans voted for it, so we've only
well,
got
they
ourselves to
voted
blame.
for a tribe swap. They didn't vote for a tribe swap on episode 3. They didn't vote for a tribe swap after the second tribal council.
That
Like, an
is true.
Australian Survivor has a fairly like repeated format where they'll have 6 tribals and then a tribe swap and then another like 5 or 6 tribals before the merge, which I think is a
Right.
good way of doing it. Like, we already have the same number of tribals from each different tribe.
Mm.
So, and I'm guessing they're not merging anytime soon. So,
No, I don't think they're merging anytime soon. I wonder if they'll switch again. I'm not entirely sure. Or will they go into
maybe.
2 tribes, maybe? I could kind of see that maybe happening. But
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I would have been keen for it if we hadn't already had a switch, but I do like
yeah.
tribe switches, but I mean, you can't do it too often, right?
Yeah, it just shakes the game up too much and you
I
can't get
know.
your foot in
Just
and
makes it
it's
too
all
random.
yeah, it's all luck based and
Yeah,
that isn't
exactly.
fun to find a good winner and whatnot.
No, exactly.
But yeah, Vatu freaking suck.
Yep, they.
Stephanie is back on the losing tribe, as per her fate.
Self-proclaimed curse, yeah.
Yep, the self-proclaimed curse. And yeah, I mean, if you're going to have a challenge that physical, and on one side is Jonathan, and on the
I
other
mean,
side is Colby and Joe, you
yeah.
know,
I mean, to be fair, Colby was a bit of a surprise how like physical he's been this season, right? No one was expecting Colby to be the beast that he is now.
that is true. Yeah, he was like the fat Superman in the last
Yeah.
time he got
I
called, and
think
now this time he's kind of a bit more of a revival.
Yeah, I think Chrissy isn't getting enough credit. I think she's doing amazing at every single challenge.
Yeah.
I think she's doing very well.
Well, she did
But
sit
yeah,
out. Genevieve was the one that had to sit
yeah,
out, which was
yeah,
pretty. Yeah, it was interesting that that's who they see as their weakest link.
yeah. I mean, I guess it just comes down to what their strengths are, right? Genevieve probably thought, yeah, lugging a
Mm,
boat through water probably isn't my strong suit. Save me
yeah,
for the next one where I might be a bit better.
yeah.
But yeah,
But they might not ever have to go to a thing because
no,
there's still
Batu's just so
a
bad.
lot of people in Vaatu that could go and leave and
Oh
whatnot.
man. We still got
All right.
4 more people to vote out before Stephanie's the only one left on Vatu.
Yeah, then we
Oh
get
man.
there. It's just me. Oh
Yeah.
man. Just bring me back to that first montage on episode 1. That was so good. All
I
right, should we
know,
get
that
to
was
the
still the
part of the
highlight
thing
of the season.
we're dreading talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not dreading talking about it. As long as I don't have to rewatch it, I'm happy. But I mean,
Yeah. So
I'm definitely a lot more excited to talk about
the actual
the
game.
Vatu scramble afterwards. It was
Oh,
a
definitely.
great scramble. But yeah,
We'll
let's
get
talk
into that.
about Zac Brown
Yeah,
spear fishing.
yeah. Let's talk about. I mean, he goes out deep, and there's some
He
cool
does.
shots. There's
There
some
are some very cool shots. That
that
was my
massive
favorite part about
manta
it.
ray. That was sick. That was
Those
so
wide
cool.
shots of him diving were amazing.
So
Yeah, the
cool.
manta ray was amazing. Yeah,
And fighting sharks, and then
yeah,
catching fish that are massive.
yeah,
Like we've never seen fish get caught like
yeah.
this.
To be fair, when we were at the Mets before the challenge and Zac Brown was talking about it, and he was like talking about his perfect reward. He was like, I've always been such a big fan of Survivor and I've always been such a big fan of spearfishing. And I'm like, okay, cool. Zac Brown's gonna go up there with a like Hawaiian sling and go catch some fish like they do in Survivor. Nah. He out here with like a proper like harpoon gun, like
Yeah,
catching
a straight
like
gun.
yeah, I know. It was like, okay, now this is just like performative, you know?
It's not
Like,
really sling fishing, is it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not really, you're not really fishing out on Survivor.
No,
But
you're
yeah,
yeah. You
but that
should
just
playing with
cracks me up.
dynamite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
But that was very funny. I mean, I get that they had to get big fish for the reward because otherwise it would have just been a bit anticlimactic. But
yeah.
yeah,
When he was cooking it, when he brought it back, and they had those big fish steaks, they looked juicy and
yeah,
tasty.
yeah, there was definitely a lot of fish there. That would
Do
have
you
filled
reckon
them
he
up.
cooked all that food up, or because we kind of cut around it pretty quickly?
I
Or do
like
you
to
reckon he
think he
had some
did,
help?
but I don't think he did.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
not
like based off
totally
all the
sure.
other stuff we've seen about how like performative it all seems, I feel like he didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
I
don't know.
don't
He
think
could
I
have. He could
needed
have. I don't
the
want to.
confessional that
Yeah.
was that long.
Oh my
That was
god.
such a long confessional to be like, this person isn't in the game and has no
I
weight
know.
to any of these decisions. And we're basically just hearing a story. It's like it's like in those singing competitions where you sort of hear about their journey from home and you're just like, I don't need this.
Well, even then, it's like at least those are the characters in the show. This guy isn't even a character in the show, and we're hearing about his backstory. Like we haven't even seen like half the contestants we haven't seen that much backstory of, right?
No.
And now all of a sudden we're getting Zac Brown getting like 10 minutes of screen time.
Yeah,
Just yeah,
we haven't really heard the internal monologue of Camilla or of
Tiffany.
Tiffany,
Yeah.
yeah, or really of Chrissy. I mean, we heard her little
Honestly,
backstory
even
last week, but
Coach. We haven't got
yeah,
enough Coach. We have not got enough Coach to justify getting this much Zac Brown on our screen, you know?
I know. It's just Survivor sort of pandering to.
Yeah.
I
I get
mean,
that they're trying to bring in new audiences, but I mean, come on. When you're naming the season in the hands of the fans and then you're giving something that obviously the fans do not want, it's just
yeah,
kind of, it feels like a bit of a punch in the gut, you know?
yeah. I mean, we got the punch in the gut when the questionnaire came out. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
What are the tribe colors?
Hey, what are the tribe colors? Do you
Hmm.
want this to be boring season or do you want it to be a fun season?
Do
Wasn't
you
that one
want
of the
idols? You
questions?
have to say yes.
Yeah, you have to say yes, but you can have
Yeah.
minimal idols.
All these other
Yeah,
two vague options of idols that actually mean the same thing.
yeah. Do you want to spend 20
No.
minutes of a season talking to a person you've never met?
Do you want to
Oh,
listen to two full-length songs that you don't know instead of seeing Match Chat or Strategic Talk or Tribe feuds? Like,
the yeah. It's should we get to the guitars?
yeah, I mean, yeah, we can get to this guitar part, get it over with. This
Well,
was my least favorite part of the whole episode. It
yeah, it
went
was. It was just looking at
way
people
too
cry.
long.
Well, I
I
want to say a
was,
couple of things of it. I want to
yeah,
talk about coach like talking about slowing time and appreciating what you got, which I get
I liked that.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good takeaway and whatnot. But then Colby starts talking about how if he leaves tomorrow, he's fine because he got this moment. And I'm thinking, Colby, shut the hell up. Bro, you're in such a good position. You could win this game.
I know.
And you're pulling yourself out just because you feel like, I don't know, ethereal from a guy that you can kind of relate to.
Yeah, nah.
Oh,
Honestly,
man.
I kind of respect it. I reckon Kobe knows that he's getting screen time from that, and he doesn't. Obviously, he's not going to pull himself for the game kind of thing. He doesn't want to leave the game, but He's been like, yeah, I'm going to say this, and this is going to be shown on the show because this is something that the producers think the audience is going to want to hear, you know?
Right. So he was more doing it for clout, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon most of most of what goes on in confessionals and stuff, if people will say them because they know there's a higher chance that it'll get
It's gonna
shown,
get aired. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I liked the whole Zac Brown reward thing. I think it was a cool idea. I think it was cool that it was a different kind of reward, but they just did not need to show so much of it. I liked that he gave them like a little performance. I would have liked to see about maybe 10% of what was shown, but yeah. I don't mind the actual like idea of it, just the execution and the editing was just not it. Not it
But
at all.
we still haven't covered it all because then we go back to Sealer and we see the
Oh yeah.
ramifications of not winning the challenge
I know.
in D, crying down, breaking down and feeling really bad and talking about the camaraderie that
That
Carlo
cracks
is
me up.
having at the moment. Yeah, what was that all
Yeah.
about?
I mean, to be fair, I mean, it would have been a pretty memorable moment for them. But I mean, she can't be too upset. I'm sure she can afford a backstage pass to go see Zac Brown, you know. Can't
Yeah,
be that high of a percentage of what she's won from Survivor. So,
yeah. Especially
yeah.
now that Zac Brown has seen how much of a fan she
Yeah, I
is.
know.
She's
She's
probably
she's not
onto
even
it.
gonna have to pay for one.
No,
But
not
yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Um, Also, when we're on Sealer, we get the delivery of
Yes.
the
Rizzo's
Boomerang Idol,
idol. Yeah. And we
and
get a tease of Rizzo being like, if you saw how I played with an idol last season, you're gonna love how I'm gonna play with it this season, and I'm excited
yeah,
for Rizzo with an idol.
I'm so excited. Thinking about it when he was talking, it was just like, how is he going to get an idol this season? And it just
Yeah.
fell into his hands.
Oh
It's
no, he didn't have
so
to do
good.
anything.
Yeah,
I like to think he's just never looked for one.
yeah, and the fact that he knew that it was a Boomerang Idol like straight away,
Yeah. Do you
because
reckon that's a thing? Sorry, I'm interrupting here, but do you reckon that's a thing where when people found out that the idols were boomerang idols, they just stopped looking? Because I'd do that. I'd stop looking. If I knew that the thing I was looking for wasn't even going to go to me, I'd be like, nah, screw that.
yeah,
I'm just going to let someone else find it and hopefully give it to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, probably I wouldn't like wake up like Tony and like not sleep and
No.
stuff like that and hide it. But if I was just like passively walking through the jungle,
Yeah, definitely.
looking in
Might as well
trees and
keep an eye
whatnot, I
out.
probably would because there's still like a benefit to finding it. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, absolutely.
but episodes will tell if Genevieve is going to get any power from this or just blow up her game. But um, I get what you're saying though. Probably not as much, but
Yeah.
it would probably look a little bit. But yeah, excited to see what Rizzo does with an idol and if he's
Yeah,
going
me
to
too.
boost his chess and whatnot. I mean, he's already been seen as a threat, so it's going to be really hard to. Is he can he play the same game?
I mean, he can. He definitely can, because no one's seen his game, right?
Yeah,
But I think the
but
only
it
way
will.
he can do it is if he can't reveal that he is the idol. It has to come out from someone else, like it did last time. It has to be public knowledge without it seeming like he wants it to be public knowledge. The only way he can play it
Yeah,
the same is if somebody else leaks that Rizzo has an idol and everyone kind of finds out. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I guess you know I have an idol now. I'm going to have to play it. And he just keeps saying that every tribal.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. That's a really good insight. Actually, I haven't thought about that. That it didn't come from him. The information came
yeah,
from other people, and it became
exactly.
like
Yeah,
the big boogeyman
yeah.
in that way. No, that's cool. I'm excited for my winner pick to have some ammo because
Yeah.
he sorely needs it. He sorely needs it.
Well, I think he's in a much better position at the end of this episode than he was at the end of last episode.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving the confessionals he's getting too. Every single time he's just like, "You haven't seen me yet. You, I'm
Oh
excited to
no.
cement myself as one of the. It's either going to be like a big face plant, and he's going
Oh
to like.
no, I'm
It's a
hoping
big
it's not, but
hubris.
also I kind of am. But
You
yeah.
you are hoping it's a big face plant. You want.
No, I'm actually not. I mean, I'd love to see a repeat of last season with the idol play because that would just be that was very very entertaining. Seeing a aggressive like an aggressive idol play rather than defensive, offensive rather than defensive. Are the words I'm looking
Yeah.
for because that was
Especially
very
from like a
great.
goofy kid like
I
Rizzo, who
know people don't
he
really
gets to be
expect
like
it.
the gangster all
Yeah,
of a sudden. Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's cool. I'm excited.
yeah.
Watch
Shall
the
we move
space.
to Vatu? I'm
Let's do
very
it.
excited to talk about Vatu.
Yeah, you do love your 3-2-1s
I love a
splits.
3-2-1 vote split.
Yeah,
Sari would be proud of Christian.
she
Christian's
would.
gonna like link back up with her and tell her about it, and she's like, "Yeah."
I've done
He
that
he will
before.
probably say to her and be like, "I learned that from you." She was the
Yeah,
architect of a 3-2-1 vote split.
yeah, she was, and so good for Christian to identify and whatnot
I
because
know.
he was really put between a rock and a hard place
Yep.
when he's been working with Emily. So like for the goal of Mike to just be like, no, we've got to cut her.
Yeah. I mean, he could have just stuck to the plan to get rid of Angelina, but I think he did make the right move.
Well, but Mike wasn't having that. So either
Well, they
way,
didn't
they
need
were.
Mike, right?
That's true. They did. They didn't.
Still would have been 4v2 to get rid
Yeah.
of Angelina.
But the thing that really did it was Mike bringing up Gabby
I know.
and Christian
Oh
being and Christian
man.
crying about it after 7 years. He says that he's been holding that in,
I know.
and it like surprised him when he started crying. He was just like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't."
Yeah. He's like, I've never cried about this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it probably did hurt. It's funny, yeah. Like all these players are coming in with all this baggage and all this
Yep.
unanswered stories, apart from D, who just won the game.
Yeah. I know,
um,
yeah.
but yeah, this must weigh on their conscience quite a bit. And then
No,
coming back to this,
absolutely.
for most of them, the same island that they've been on before, it
Yes,
must bring back
true.
all these like memories and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then when someone like throws it in your face, who was there? And
I
knows this
know.
person that they're talking about, I think it backfired on well,
Definitely
obviously
backfired on
backfired
Mike.
on Mike, but good on Christian for sort of standing up for himself and being like, no, like you're
Yep.
more dangerous actually
Yeah.
than
Mike was trying to kind of remind Christian about how much of a threat Gabby was, but in doing that, he basically just reminded Christian about how much of a threat he was.
yeah,
And I feel like that's where he went wrong.
yeah,
But yeah. One thing I find really funny is how everyone, including Christian, this episode refers to Emily as Emily Flippin. Like
yeah.
she's always getting called by her full government name, and that cracks me up.
They really want her to get the second name treatment from Probst.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I guess
yeah.
it's a good second name, Flippin. It's
For
like
Survivor, definitely, yeah.
It's like yeah, like oh yeah, the flip flop. Yeah, I didn't
I
even
don't know
think
if
about
I don't know if you want to be referred to as flipping on Survivor, but
that.
yeah,
Maybe that takes a little bit of heat off them. But yeah,
maybe, yeah.
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 So
What are your thoughts on Christian not telling Ozzy about it? Because obviously Ozzy and Mike were close.
yeah, I saw where he was coming from.
Yeah.
Um, and you got to remember he's coming from like a day ago. Emily telling the biggest secret of the season
Yeah.
to everyone. So he's trying to, I guess, like get a little bit of trust back from Emily too.
Yeah.
That might have been playing into it, but I see where he was coming from. I guess if he did tell him, and then Ozzy told Mike, what would it? Should we game that out? What would have happened?
Well, I think it either could have done something completely different, or it could have been Ozzy switching his vote to Emily, knowing that he was the only one voting for Angelina now. And then it would have
Yeah,
been a tie, and no one wants that. So I think that's the
no,
main reason Christian didn't tell him. It
right.
was so
So
funny
to
being like, I'm not telling Ozzy because he's not going to turn on Mike because Ozzy is gunning for a White Lotus cameo. I got the
finally
Christian
someone
said that.
dropped it.
Yes, somebody said what we were all thinking.
Yeah, yeah. And he's gonna get it. He's gonna get that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure a few people will, especially from Mike's old tribe as well. I feel
Yeah,
like he was in a good spot there.
he was in a really good spot there. Again, the
Um,
shake-up really
yeah,
hurts you, even when you come in with other people. But
yeah,
Mike played too much of a bravado kind of game.
yeah. I think
Um,
I don't blame him for it because I feel like he's just playing to have fun more than
have
anyone
fun,
else
yeah,
out there, And I feel
yeah,
like that's a great way to do it, especially when he's
yeah.
not playing badly.
Nah, he
Like
wasn't
obviously he made mistakes this episode, but they weren't like stupid
massive.
mistakes. Like they weren't like
No,
obvious mistakes. So
yeah,
yeah,
and he didn't know how close Christian and Emily were in that previous tribe, but
yeah, exactly.
and you got to try what you can. And he
Yeah,
obviously saw value in keeping Angelina, and
yeah,
if he lost her, he would have been in a worse position. So yeah, you can kind
exactly.
of
Yeah.
see it from most positions, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I still
I,
think he was the architect in his vote out, his own vote out. So
who Mike was.
yeah, I think if it
Yeah,
wasn't for him, his name never would have been on the table. So I
it,
still think that he did play poorly enough to get himself voted out, but it wasn't
definitely.
terrible gameplay.
To save Angelina though, if
Yeah,
because
exactly.
he could have just been like, okay, Angelina can go,
Yeah.
and then let that go, or he could have advocated for Stephanie to leave because
Yeah,
they
but
voted out Q.
I don't think anyone really wanted to vote out Stephanie at that point. She just
Not when
wasn't
they
in
just
anyone's
lost the
names. Yeah.
challenge where physical, like you need to be physical, and then you've
Yeah.
got this person of Stephanie who you know is one of the most physically gifted people out there. So
What are your thoughts on Emily once again? As soon as Christian told her the plan to get rid of
oh my
Mike,
gosh,
going up to Ozzy and being like, Mike was saying my
in front of Christian
I
and
know.
Stephanie.
And then Christian standing behind Ozzy, like pointing and mouthing to Emily, like, don't say that, don't do
Yeah,
that. It
yeah.
was so
Oh my
funny.
gosh. I think it's leading to Christian getting back to Devon's and being like, we cannot work
Yep,
with Emily.
I
I
think so,
think
yeah.
that's where I think Christian's using Emily at the moment because it's in his best benefit and he
I think
needs
he
her as an
can't get rid
ally.
of her. Yeah, he can't get rid of her now because otherwise it makes him look untrustworthy to Devons and Sari because they don't know what's going on.
100%, yeah. But when he gets back, I think the bridge,
Yeah,
like, as soon as it becomes, like, not viable for them to bring her on, I don't think they're going to put their neck out for her
exactly. Yeah,
anymore. I
yep,
think she's burned that right. So,
yeah. And
um,
her losing it at tribal as well when she
yeah,
had like that little mini meltdown, and I was convinced like, oh, Emily's blowing up her game. She's gonna go home. I
yeah.
was convinced.
Should we get into the
Yeah,
sinking feeling that she
yeah.
was feeling because man, she's such a paranoid kind of player. It feels like
She's very paranoid.
she has this every single time. I mean, when she started on her first season and she just had no one until Caleb was like,
Yep.
bro, you gotta stop it. And then when she like switched over and went in with what was it, Drew and Austin,
Yes, that's
she
right.
was
Yeah.
like she was at the bottom of that one too, so she was just paranoid. And now she finds herself in a position where she's in the top three, but I guess she's just so burnt from that um from Christian telling her that this little bit of information. And yeah, it kind of reminds me of what Aubrey was saying, where she was like, you've got to manage your energy expenditure. And I think Emily is like expending a lot of energy, and it's making her do crazy things, and it's making her just like be impulsive and stuff like that.
Yeah. I just think she's just getting paranoid. I think that's just
Yeah, you
part
think
of
I'm
who
thinking
she
too
is,
much
and
into
I
it?
think she's yeah. I think she's just yeah.
A
Because she's
paranoid
always been
player.
like this. I feel like every time some something big happens and she's not comfortable with it, she always makes impulsive decisions. And in
Yeah,
this case, all the impulsive decisions are her telling somebody something that she shouldn't.
yeah,
So
especially when that other person has told her specifically not to do that. It doesn't bode well for trust at all, and
yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
I think she's fine for a few votes here, but when the tribes merge, if that original 4 is all still in the game, I don't know. There might be some answers to have. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about with the tribal council and the vote out?
Just that Mike was a pretty good sport about it. Like
yeah, absolutely.
Because he made it to the end of the season, so that was the first time he ever got snuffed from Jeff.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think Jeff was kind of cut that he was gone.
Yeah, I think so too.
Jeff really didn't want to do it. He was like apologizing for doing it and stuff like that.
Well, who's left on this season that has never had their torch snuffed? We have Angelina, we have Charlie, Dee, Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Chrissy.
Damn, it's quite a lot.
So 5 people left, yeah.
That's actually quite a lot. That's like a third of the cast now, right? We're pretty close.
Yeah, close to it.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
Ozzy
Mike.
was pretty pissed off. I like how he was pleading to Mike afterwards. He was like, "It wasn't me. Like trying to keep his White Lotus cameo.
Yeah, trying to exactly. Do what you can.
Yeah.
Do what you can for it, but yeah, goodbye.
So somebody's messaged me. I would actually hate having to sit through a private Zac Brown concert. Someone just watched the episode. One of my friends who just watched it.
That's good.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we don't like it too. But yeah, it's pretty big loss of the season. But of the people that were playing, he was kind of like a big name, and a lot of people were like trying to get that White Lotus cameo. And now that that's kind of off the table, we can kind of just get back to actual gameplay and not bribery.
I feel bad for saying it, but I'm glad Mike White's gone.
Yeah,
compared to anyone else who could have been voted out, I'm happy it was him, because that was something I was so worried about. I was so worried about him just getting taken to the end.
Yeah, you've been pretty vocal about that from when we started this, that you were like...
Yeah, I love Mike White, but
I love him too.
I don't love that aspect, that potential aspect that could have been the season. But yeah.
What I will say about Mike White is it's cool that he comes out and he actually like tries to play hard.
Yeah.
You do see other celebrities. I'm thinking that old NFL guy, some basketball stars.
Culpepper was a big one.
Culpepper was a big one, but there was that guy Jimmy. He was like an old 60-year-old guy or something like that, and he kind of went there and didn't really. He didn't play hard. Like, yeah, you're a celebrity and you got some sort of status and whatnot, but you like use that to your advantage and whatnot. And I think Mike was really good for that, and he was
Mike's
obviously
such a great player. So entertaining, so strategic.
He was great behind in a confessional. And like the analogies he could pull up, and
he knows what's good for a camera.
100%.
Yeah.
It is a loss for the season, but
it is. But I feel like at this point, anyone's a loss for the season. You know, some more than others, definitely. But it's such a strong cast that anyone who gets voted out, I'm going to be at least somewhat upset, you know?
Yeah.
Especially now that Q's gone, like no one's going to top that, you know?
I think Coach for you is the next
Coach
one.
is maybe the next. I don't know, actually. I could probably go through this, everyone left in the season and say how upset I would be if they get voted out right now.
Yeah, if you want to. Or you could just tell us who the person you are most upset by.
The most upset was Q. Now I think it would be... honestly, there's 4.
Yeah, I've got 1, I think.
Yeah, you say you're 1.
Christian.
Yeah, Christian's one of my 4 just because of how big of a role he's had on the season so far.
Yeah. And Rizzo, I think, too. Yeah.
He's your winner pick. Yeah,
he is my winner pick, so I'm saying that selfishly.
I'm not picking my winner pick, but I picked my winner because I wouldn't be upset if he got voted out. So
that's right. So who are your other 3?
The other three are Coach, because he's Coach. He's very entertaining.
He's coach,
And
yeah.
the other two are two that I wasn't that excited to see coming into the season, but have really grown on me, and that's Colby and Genevieve.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, Colby's grown on me a lot too.
Yeah.
He's just doing wonders at the
I
moment.
know.
Hopefully,
He just seems so happy, and I love that. Like, there's nothing
yeah,
more than I like to see somebody having fun, you know?
yeah, because it is just a game, and
Exactly, yeah.
it's an opportunity, and you're out there, like, just give it your all and try really hard, but
Yeah.
it's not going to work out for 23 of the 24p players
Exactly,
that
yeah.
work in there, so
And you need to
it's a
have
good
that
attitude to
mindset,
have.
right?
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't blame people for going out there and, like, giving everything they have to just win the money, even if it means they're not having fun. There's like you're going out for just under a month, and it's basically like work, right? You have a potential to win $1 million. Like, if I
Yeah.
went out there, there's a very good chance I could just like get stuck in. If that was the best thing for me, go for it, you know. But
Yeah.
it's just a lot more entertaining, a lot more fun, a lot nicer to see
Yeah.
somebody actually enjoying it.
Yeah.
Which
No.
is why Coach wasn't someone I was looking forward to coming in, because he was not that on Heroes vs Villains.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
No.
Should we get into predictions?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do some power rankings.
Yeah, should we do the top from each tribe and the who do we
And
reckon
the
is going to
bottom.
go next from each tribe?
Yeah. Should we start with Fatu?
Yep. Do you want to start us off?
I am picking. Well, I think Christian's at the top, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I think Christian's at the top too. I think.
Alright.
I
I'll put
mean,
that right there with you.
he just has friends all over the place.
He's also playing a really smart game. Like he's faced adversity and just said it in the confessional how annoyed he is, instead of like telling the person in front of their face how much he's like screwing over their game. But yeah, who's on the bottom here? I think probably Angelina.
Yeah, I think if they're going to tribal again next, I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a situation where everyone in the tribe just wants to have like a kind of unanimous decision that everyone's happy with, and I think Angelina will be that person.
Yeah.
So I think she's also my pick for bottom going home next, which aren't always the same thing, but I think in this case it is.
Yeah. I mean, Vatu's kind of cut and dry.
Although I think they're going to tribal. They're definitely one of the two tribes going to tribal.
Yeah. Ozzy did burn his bridge though when he said, because Christian was like, "I'll fill you in," and he said, "Too late." That's how the episode ended. So it could be Ozzy going home next week. If
maybe, but I don't
idol,
think.
But
I think he's sensible enough to know that he can't just blow up about it. He's going to have to at least like save face, kind of thing, and I think he'll do that. I think this Ozzy 4.0 is
Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar. Sorry, I think Oscar's self-aware enough.
Yeah. That was the spur of the moment. It kind of just happened.
Yeah.
Who do you have in Sealer for? Who's at the top
Sealer,
here?
I think top of Sealer is. I want to say D. I feel like she's been shown to have good connections with everyone.
Yeah. I'm
solid
thinking
numbers.
the same thing, not to just jump on the bandwagon
No,
once
that
again.
you're fine. I did the same thing with Christian. So
yeah, I think there was a couple of moments in the thing. She was the one that kind of broke down the most and said it, and then Sari was the one to like kind of hug her and console her. So maybe that is going to become more of a friendship than an adversary. I don't know, but I do feel like D it just has the pocket of the original four people, or the three other people she was with. Yeah. And I think she can find value in Rizzo. So where does that put? Who's at the bottom there?
My bottom for this is still Suri. I am just very stressed for her. I mean, just that one conversation last episode between Jonathan and D, it's made me very scared for Suri.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm gonna say Charlie.
Charlie, I can actually see that. Yeah.
I feel like the fact that he's so hung up on this one comment is gonna sink his game, because he's not thinking about the bigger picture or the wider picture.
Yeah.
Like you see it with Christian, who is obviously very angry with Emily for everything she's doing, but sees him as an ally, and rather than like stewing over it,
he can let it slide for the sake of his game.
But Charlie's, because I feel like Dee will see more value in Rizzo than Charlie if Charlie's really this like emotional about this one little thing.
Yeah. All right, I can see that. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Suri still, but I can definitely see.
Do stick with Suri.
Yeah. Carlo. Top of Carlo for me, I think, is Colby. I think I said Colby last episode.
Yeah, I can't remember what we said last episode.
We haven't really seen much from this tribe.
I think I've said Colby every single time. I'm putting Colby too. This guy's a completely different guy and beast.
No.
It'll be good next episode. We get to see at least one of these tribes, maybe both of them, if R2 can pull out something and it's all puzzle based or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be. I reckon it'll be Vaatu and another tribe going, but either way, we're still getting a new tribe. We're still getting new people at Tribal Council for the first time.
So we can finally see some dynamics and stuff and get some answers between Aubrey and Genevieve or Rizzo, Charlie. Some battles that are starting to happen. Yeah. Who's on the bottom?
Well, I think Aubrey is on the bottom, but I don't think she's going to go because I think there's no way she doesn't play her idol. So I reckon what's going to happen is there's 6 people in that tribe, and I think Colby, Joe, Coach, and Chrissy will. Oh no, 7 people in the tribe. Colby, Joe, Coach, Chrissy, and Genevieve will vote together, so they'll be able to split the vote. So they could put 3 on Aubrey, 2 on Tiffany. Aubrey plays her Tiffany idol. Goes. It'll be a 2-2 revote. Tiffany goes home.
Yeah.
That's what I think will happen if they go to tribal now.
That's a pretty good prediction. So you're picking Tiffany then?
Yeah. Not for bottom of the tribe, but for who's most likely to go next.
Yeah. Just with that idol, it's just a bit harder to say, and it's a shame that Tiffany, if it does come to reason that's her story, is that she got screwed over by a tribe swap. But who knows?
Yep. I mean, also, something I don't want to see happen is Aubrey and Tiffany pull over a third, and then they have the numbers. They have a 3-2-2 or whatever it would be with a split vote, and they can get rid of Genevieve without Aubrey even having to play her idol. But
you could see it with Chrissy turning, and they've already kind of done it in the edit of like saying that she's going to play her own game and stuff like that from coaches.
Maybe.
Imagine if Coach opened his mouth as like a butterfly flick for Genevieve going home, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right.
Finally, my winner picks. Yeah, my winner pick stays the same as always. RIZGOD, the man, the myth, the legend.
And mine is going to stay the same as last week's. OSCAR, the man, the myth, the legend, caught 6 more fish than Zac Brown this episode.
Yeah. Not 7, but 8.
Yeah, not 7 fish, 8 fish.
Yeah, nice. Oh man,
we can't have that lost detail.
We did get into it, kind of past it. I did write in my notes, why are you going out fishing when you're about to go to tribal? You fool. Hey, it worked out for him, so I
wouldn't say it worked out for him. I think he's definitely not happy with this. So,
but he didn't get voted out though. But he did get out of the loop because of it. So yeah, maybe.
Well, maybe the right move. I think they could have. I think if he didn't go out fishing, there's a very strong chance that nothing could have changed. I feel like having one less person there makes it a whole lot easier for people to start bringing up new ideas and things like that. So who knows? When you
said it, I was just like, man, this is a rookie era. Like, you don't leave yourself isolated for hours at a time to go do this just so that you can get a little bit of food. It doesn't. The game doesn't work that way anymore. I thought you were Oscar. I thought you were 4.0.
But he has to outfish Zac Brown.
That's true.
It's perfectly reasonable.
All right, far out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Excited for next week. Excited for A double tribal. I don't know if I actually am excited for a double tribal because that
I
just
think
means
it gets the game moving a bit.
one less episode total. But yeah,
I mean, there's always going to be 15 episodes in a season, right? Regardless
and
of
it
how
doesn't
many
have to be.
people.
Doesn't have to be. They can make more money if they. Don't worry about it. Spread it out. We want more episodes.
We do want more episodes. Hopefully, they post Ponderosa clips to the YouTube channel this year, but
When was the last time they did that? I feel like it
I don't
was
know. A
such a
while
long
ago.
time ago.
But I mean, for a lot of Ponderosas, we don't really need to see, but this one might be a bit more interesting. Although they probably don't want to give away how the jury's feeling. So
I mean,
maybe they just won't.
well, there's always like exit press for all the vote outs, right? And I feel like that comes like that comes out pretty quickly anyway, so they might as well. I feel like there's no harm in it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's so hard to keep that information secret anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, we'll get back into it next week for
We
episode
will.
5. But yeah, thank you, Ethan.
Yeah, thanks, Claude. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.